Hey guys, welcome back to High Revs. I'm Law, and this is a 2023 Mazda CX-5 preferred package. Let's get into the review. So this 2023 Mazda CX-5 is my personal daily driver car. I had put about 5,000 miles on it, so I know a bit ins and outs. So I'm gonna review it in a separate video. I'll give you guys the whole what I like and what I don't. But looking at the exterior, this is the updated version. So it has these nice lights, which I do prefer over the old model that I had, the Touring. These are very lovely lights, and I'll tell you the difference between the preferred and the other packages as well. You do have a different bumper in here. The rear bumper is a little bit different. The rims are definitely different. They're still 17 inches, but a whole different design and look to it. And personally, quite frankly, I think this is the only thing that lets the car down. Other than that, the rims ain't bad. I have no problem, no gripe with the rims. They're okay. Not the biggest fan on them, but oh well. The front is also very different compared to the Touring trim. Like this front little like U is wider and bigger, and you can see it more. It has more of a presence. And like this slit where the license plate is different. And some people actually mod it to put like this type of grille on it. So that's also a thing. The lights are very different from here too. So this is the preferred package. These are little plasticky or like metallic looking bits, so they don't actually like light up like in the premium plus and above. You also have three little lights over here, turn signal, main light there, and as well you have these side markers that actually light up in this car, unlike the Touring model that we had. So let me just hit the unlock button and it should light up. Yep, you see. So the three lights, those, but these little like slits don't light up. Okay, let's hop inside. All right, so inside the CX-5, it's relatively the same. I mean, the only difference is, while sitting in here, is the seats. The seats are very different compared to the Touring and the older premium models that had leather seats. These seats have been a little bit more refined, and they feel so much nicer and so much better. And lumbar support on these are way better than the older cars. Like, you have to really sit down and feel it, but it's very nice. It feels well. I mean, it's a Mazda at the end of the day, you know. Everything feels super nice to the touch. I mean, you got the nice big screen, not a touch screen. Nice little door pocket in here. I put a ton of crap in here, a ton of stuff. The center console, you got the matte black that always gets dirty. Cup holders not too bad. I don't like the positioning, but they're there, and you know, sometimes they'll get in the way if it's a big bottle like this. Pretty nice. Let me start her up. Same from the brake, start button. You have your big screen here, same old display as in the Touring model that we had. Yeah, so this is everything for the front seat. Let's move into the back seat. Coming into the back seat, so this is my normal driving position. Pardon for all the dirt and all that. I haven't had the chance to wash the car. I do have a dog in here, that's why you see this little thing, so I, you know, strap him in. Hopping inside, it's not that bad. So I do sit a bit far back, and that's because the car is just really comfortable. I do have a little bit of knee room. When there's a person that is close to 6 foot, I do have to move up the chair. It's not the best. Seats here in the back, lumbar support is great, helps out a ton. You might also be wondering why I have different lights here. That'll be for a different video. I'm installing different lights because these lights are a little bit weak, and this helps out for sure. The blue lights, the blue LEDs help out for sure. Pretty easy installation. I'll make a video on that soon. But other than that, the rear seats are standard, pretty comfortable. You open up this little seat, you got the same old USB-A, 2 of them. You can buy USB-C adapters, USB-A to USB-C. If you want those, 2 cup holders here, holds nice, feels very nice and premium, honestly. Super comfortable. You got your 2 air vents, you got your cup holder here. Right here, the bin, you got some storage in both areas that hold all sorts of stuff. And other than that, it's not that bad. Let's open up the trunk. There is something different with the trunk for this car. So as you can see, first thing first is I opened up the trunk manually, right? This is a 2023 model, and for a certain period they stopped producing it with the automatic trunk. As you can see, it's missing it. Other than that, the preferred model does have it, but it's, the dealer told me it was something to do with the chip shortage. But moving on to the trunk is nearly, I mean, the same thing. I mean, you can see I put a little thing here because it gets dirty. This trunk does have 2 stages. I don't know if you can see this. You can literally pick this up and you can put it on top, but there's no point in that. It doesn't really raise it that much, and useless. You still have these 2 kind of like little openings that hold like tools in there, tire pressures, monitor, and stuff like that. Pretty simple inside of the car, basically relatively the same, except for this. All right, let's go for the drive. Okay, going for the drive of this car. Now I'll talk to you about all the things, the differences with the car, right? I know I'm comparing this to my 2019 Touring, right? That was a pre-facelift, didn't have the big screen, nothing. There's a review of that car. If you want to go check it out, I'll put up a link, or it'll be at the end of the video. Biggest thing is actually the gear shifter is like way more smooth. That's step one. It's way more smooth. The steering wheel feels nicer. I don't know, I felt that the Touring steering wheel felt pretty premium, but this one feels nicer, as well as the turning stock. That feels pretty nice as well. Let's quickly do a little 360, quick little turn, right? Turning radius on this thing isn't the best, but it'll do. Reverse camera isn't wide, but it is updated compared to the older car, and it is more visible during the nighttime. Way better during the nighttime. I do have a gripe with the rear camera, and it's that the lines don't align up with how far you are from the curb. I dislike that heavy. Nothing you notice. I don't know if you guys can hear. I'm not going that fast, right? But it's so quiet in here. I think Mazda updated the insulation with this car, so it does feel pretty quiet. And right now I'm going over a couple of bumps here and there. As you can see, the road isn't perfect or anything like that, but it's soaking up the bumps very nice and well. There are moments where it hits hard, like you really feel it. So there are moments like that where it hits the bumps pretty hard, and it's not the, you know, not the most pleasant of things. And if you go to the forums on Reddit, which I'm a part of, you'll see that the bumps, you know, people want to downgrade their rims or upgrade sidewall because the bumps are very harsh for some people. But that's all part of the, you know, driving experience. That's why, you know, you usually get a Mazda, the driving experience of this thing. I mean, the steering feels much more, I don't know how to say it, but it's more, it's softer, right? It's lighter, it feels more smooth, but at the same time, I still feel every little bump that comes through the steering wheel. Everything that I hit, the steering wheel moves, and it comes to the hands. This thing has better steering than an Audi, guaranteed, right? It might not be as precise, but the feedback you get from the road, I know that, you know, I have enough, you know, grip to go around the corner, or if I'm pushing it or anything. I understand that coming from this car. You feel it, right? So it's a very nice steering system. Everything in this car feels way more upgraded and premium compared to the older one. And like, this thing costs $31,000 MSRP. I think that's with destination fees, and that's without the dealer, you know, trying to rip you off for like all sorts of like tinted windows and crap like that. But yeah, it feels super nice and calm. Driving in New York City, I get about 15 to maximum 20 mpgs on it. I mean, once I hit 22 mpgs on it, but that was me just like driving efficiently at night when no one was there, hitting green lights. That was that. On the highway, I managed to get 35 mpgs going downhill, and going uphill 31, 32, because it just sits at 3,000 rpm. Sometimes it struggles for power, right? So this is a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine, right? 4-cylinder, made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. This car doesn't have any paddle shifters or anything like that, so if you want to shift, it's gonna go, you're gonna have to use the stick. And it's pretty good transmission, and it has what, 186 horsepower, 186 pound-feet of torque, and it feels good, and it feels very smooth. The transmission is much more softer in this car, even though it still has its like little bangs and bumps every single time you go to lower speeds, like in traffic. It does do that kind of stuff. I mean, let's toss it into sport, see how it drives from there. All right, tossed it into sport. It didn't downshift. Usually it does downshift. So I'm putting my foot down a little bit. It feels pretty good. If it moves, it definitely gives you that low down torque, which other manufacturers, other cars like the Honda CRV or the Toyota RAV4 won't do. There you go, downshifted. But this thing, yeah, it gives you that off the line, which is great, especially if you're in the city. On the highways where it lacks. But here we go, we're going for a little, you know, a little bit faster. It's holding the road pretty nicely. I feel very sure in this thing that, you know, it's gonna hold the road, and it's fun to drive. I mean, you know, you can toss it into a corner. It's a CX-5, a heavy SUV, but because it's heavy and it has its dynamics where it's just like floating around everywhere, and it's like, I'm not even touching the gas at all, but it's like dynamics, it's moving, the chassis moving around, the weight moving around makes it feel so much more fun compared to many other cars. And the steering is so precise, and you just want to chuck it into a corner and keep on doing that. That's where all the fun is, right? So it's pretty good in the speeding department. It's a lot of fun to drive. It's great off the line, right? And one time I put my foot flat down, it just, front wheel started to skirt out, and it was a bit rainy like today. So here's my foot down. The engine screams, it moves. We're hitting 60. It doesn't throw you back, but it'll do the job. It's fun. It moves, it grooves, and it doesn't sound that bad. For a 4-cylinder, for a 2.5 liter, it doesn't sound bad. I kind of like the way this sounds. Many people don't, but it's pretty good. And dynamically, I mean, just like the weight moving, you have, like, if you drive it and you push a little bit and, you know, move it like this side to side, you can feel the weight moving. And when it goes over like big bumps on the highway and things like that, and I don't mean potholes, like, you know, ups and downs, that's when like you feel it like jump, and like it makes it a little bit more thrilling, I guess. Great highway cruiser, very quiet cabin. This car is not equipped with the Bose sound system. Again, also like the tailgate due to the chip shortage thing. But it's you know what, the stock sound system isn't bad. It's not bad, not one bit. It's a pretty good stock sound system. You can listen to it pretty well. I mean, you can adjust it. It has all sorts of settings with it. I don't even go into that stuff, but you can play around with it for sure. And some people even upgrade the subwoofer, because this thing doesn't have a subwoofer. People put in a JBL instead of the Bose, and they can do it manually. Pretty great stuff. Another gripe I have with this car, I mean, I already have over 5,000 miles. I already did an oil change on it for service. The mirrors. While driving, you get blinded by other drivers during the nighttime from their lights, right? And it's not even high beams. When it's high beams, it's even worse. The main rear view mirror, that thing, it dims down. These don't, which sucks. I mean, I spoke to, when I went to service the car last week, the service man told me, the one who I went to service says that, you know, people had these complaints, but Mazda doesn't do anything about it. So he said to buy a special anti-glare film, which I'm gonna do, because it gets really annoying during the nighttime driving on the highway. Yeah. So that's all the main things I have with the car. Super comfortable, easy to drive. It has the auto cruise control and stuff, works pretty great. Lane departure assist is a little bit more aggressive on this car compared to the Touring that I had, but it's nothing super significant where it'll like hold the lane for you, or it'll really like throw you back in. But honestly, it's more of a family driver's car, where Mazda really wants you to like be in charge of the car rather than the car, you know, do things for you. and that's what I really love about Mazda. The car is super nice and easy to drive. The transmission shifts super smoothly, has the auto wipers. The only thing this is missing from the premium and the premium plus packages is the display, the the electronic display, where there's no tack, it's just like one display over there in the middle. It's missing the folding mirrors, rear heated seats, ventilated front seats, heated steering wheel, as well as a heads-up display. That's all that the car is missing. Other than that, it's a great car. It really is. The preferred package is, I think, if not the package to go. And if you really wanna you know, feel the power, then go for the turbo model. I don't even think the turbo signatures is worth it. I think the turbo model will do more than enough and has all the luxuries and amenities that the signature has, except for like a couple of things. On that, this car is pretty good. It's a ton of fun to drive. It's super comfortable. Like, again, I keep on repeating these things because it's all true. Great family car, super safe, has all the safety features. Overall, this is the car to be in, and this car I chose over and over again. You know, we looked at a Toyota RAV4, we looked at the new Honda CRV. That was the only car that we were like considering to get instead of the CX-5 was the Toyota CRV, because that thing just has more room. But you know, the Mazda is such a good car for the price you pay to be as luxury and as good as it is. You also get with the 23 models and the 22s, I believe, you get the Mazda phone system where you can unlock the car, you can see where it is, how much fuel it has, and start and stop it. I mean, overall, brilliant car. I'm very happy with it. Please guys, let me know what kind of videos you'd love to see with this thing, because I'll definitely make those videos, nighttime POVs. Let me know what you guys think of these POVs, because I'm happy to do them and I'll keep on doing them. I'll try and maybe do comparisons against something like maybe a Nissan Rogue. But yeah, please guys, let me know what you guys want to see, how you want me to do it. I'll happily do these things for you. Thanks for watching. Please let me know what you think about the Mazda CX-5, why you would or you wouldn't get it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.